and good evening. My name is DeCarlo Sweeting, and my co-host for the day is
George Messick.
Mr. Mythic. What's going on?
Lovely day. Can't complain. Uh, it's almost December.
Wow.
It's Christmas is coming. You turn into Santa Claus. Make everyone's happy. The party is about to start. As a matter of fact, party started prematurely this year, so I'm sure we'll get into all of that.
Yeah.
So,
I
how
I
are
I,
you?
I just got my first Christmas list from my daughter, so
Hmm.
she is ready to go. Christmas is now begun. So
Hmm.
I with her. I can I think I can put up the Christmas tree and everything now this week. I feeling it too. I feeling Christmas. Feeling Christmas. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Very, very good thing. So I want y'all to ruin my hike. I feel like Darren Pitstock right now. So let's get into the news. And as you predicted, Mr. Missick, Darren Pitstock won his seat for the Golden Isle by-election. He is now a member of parliament for that constituency, and this was a very, 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 very interesting election, I should say, and I'm surprised by a lot of things, but this this is something for me to think. But I actually had to sit back and look at how this happened, and I was watching the results on many different stations, and we don't have Darren Miller, and we don't have the guy from
Mount
Montclair anymore.
Godly.
But they did a very professional job. A lot of the stations had representatives from the PLP, the FNM, the COI, and it was a good thing to watch it. It was very entertaining. I they had sensible guests from each party, and they behaved themselves properly. Every once in a while you're gonna see some little mess. You want a little messy sometimes every once in a while, but hey, sometimes you get what you get. But for those who were of the more mature crowd who wanted to know the facts, who wanted to know the points of how this got here and how this got here, they did a good job. Especially, I don't like to big up no one, but our news did a very good job. They had two panelists that were very good from the PLP and one from the FNM. Very good, very good. So I had to say I had to do a kudos the for the broadcasting of this by election. But the PLP won, just like you said, George. They won. It wasn't by much though. It wasn't the what I expected. I expected a landslide. I expected at least by 500 votes he would have won. That's what it was. That's what I was expecting. But because of the low turnout, ain't nothing happening. So what I learned from that is, and I hope FNM and PLP look at that look like to be people in on y'all run. I getting up to go dirty my finger for y'all. The hell with y'all and what y'all thinking. So that's what I get on that election. What say ye? What you think about that?
Well, several things. You did mention last week that Brian Brown, I think it was, for the FNM candidate, he had I think he had ran in that seat before. He had lost before. He had stayed and worked the ground. He knew everyone. So it could be an indictment on the FNM because it may be this was their seat to lose because he had the hard head start. He was well known. He it wasn't his first time. Despite knocking door to door and doing all these wonderful things we said in the community, he had Darren Pistock, who was a senator, but who I gather never worked that area, who who just came out in the past few weeks and was able to pull off this coup. So if you look at it through those lens, the FNM could be saying, "Hey, we really fumbled the ball here. This it really was their seat to win." And we also said, which is coming back to bite the FNM, that hey, they've been in opposition for 5 years, right? They should be ready. They should have had their full slate of candidates. Why it seemed like the PLP galvanized so fast and come together and look as ready or more ready than them in such a short period of time, having coming from the government to now could be also that, like I said, the PLP was the FNM seemed to be a bit on the fence whether they wanted to even go into this by election. Um, but with a little bit of runway left, I think the PLP should be feeling pretty good with the fact that they were able to come pull the seat out before the election. I think Pindado is a little step behind. They shouldn't have been a step behind. Um, uh, Papa told him, wait. I think again, don't bother with this by election. It's always. I think no matter how well, sorry, I shouldn't say no matter. If they haven't won, they would have been golden. But I think losing this hurts them a lot because there were a lot of reasons why. One, they probably shouldn't have contested. Two, they contested it, they were on the ground, and they allowed Big Stock to come. And three, like you said, the voter turnout was small, and again, you in opposition, you had nothing to do than to go pick up all your people, get them out to the polls to vote. Right now, we don't know who. When you see that many people don't vote, I don't think the parties, not just that people are fatigued, but I don't think. I think with a little bit more effort, someone could have easily gotten out 500 or so more voters for their side that could have changed the trajectory. So everyone needs to work a little harder. It shows us that the COI, again, although I mean, the thing with these third parties now, and in a close election, one vote could hurt you, right? And I think they got over 300 and something votes, so it's significant. It's still far behind the winner, but it's significant in terms of the gap between, I think, first and second wasn't. Those votes would have, you know, covered that, right? If the F&M could have swung all of those votes, they could have won that. So you have to look at those outside of votes, and again, who will that hurt more? The FNM or the COI, I'm sorry, or the PLP. Uh, so the COI, again, if I'm going into the general election and we's that far behind in this by election, making all this noise, it does not. I don't see a seat in their future really because you're so far, and maybe it's just Golden Isles, but you're so far behind the top two parties. It shows that people, again, still predominantly will vote on party lines that the PLPs and FNMs, and we've seen so many third parties and independents and come and go over the years, and again, none of them have managed to do a whole lot. COI has a lot of candidates. They seem very serious, but again, the divide is so far that I think they're not making enough progress to really be a viable third party or to say take over this opposition, which I think they were trying to do. So, and again, back to voter turnout. I think some of the voters were just like you and I. Again, we were kind of bit on the fence as to whether there should be a by-election going into the general election. I don't think some people could have been bothered to go to the poll twice. Like, and so that may be reflective also of the low turnout because buddy, you have to take your pick. I was coming out today, or I coming out. I ain't coming to vote for Darren Pistock or whoever twice in the space of a few months. That's a lot to ask for, and so I think the general election will probably get more people out, but to both parties or all parties, there's a lot of votes still on the table. I think before that's a lot of votes, and so so my job, my thing would be how do we get even 25% of all those voters to come out in the next general? Why you didn't come or try to identify who those persons are and go hard at them.
I I agree with you. PLP won this election barely, and I keep saying barely because it I just expected more. That's just me. I expected more out of them. I expected
You expected them to lose.
I I don't like their candidate. I don't like their candidate. I think, and we can get into this in the next segment, but the PLP could put anybody in a PLP shirt and they can come and support the PLP. That's just it. I don't think Pickstock care one good red dime about the people in Golden Isles. And I just feel he saw this as an opportunity. He took the opportunity. Now he got it, so now he got to work with it. But
But
personally,
did he see it as an opportunity, or did the party? He chose the constituency, or the constituency chose him. I think I think the party chose him as someone they want inside the house probably, and they pulled him into that more so than because again it's not like he was working golden eyes. Normally, all these constituencies they generally have a shadow, someone shadowing it. Um,
so how he
although they
get
have
there? He wasn't
well,
shadowing no Golden
well, they
Eye.
don't want. Sorry, no one would have been shadowing it because the guy died. So
Right.
he right, but I don't even think he was. I don't even know if he because I think Vaughn. There was some discussion before he died whether he would run again.
Vaughn
So
wasn't
I don't
running no
know.
more.
Okay, so was Pistock identified as the man who will run there, or there's a by election? We really want to win this. Let's pick our best horse, the
That's your
best,
best horse.
strongest. That might have been. What Darren do you? What Darren?
I ain't saying he doing nothing, but as a politician, I love politicians with charisma, with pizzazz, with can get
Mhm.
you going. He can't get me going. He can't, I don't know what kind of lawyer he is. I hope he's a corporate lawyer. You don't have to go to court much, but he can't get. He just just to listen to him, I like what the what part of Kearney, Nebraska you come out of? What going on here, man? You grew up in the Bahamas. I hate to even have talk. And like I said, I don't know the man. And it's just his presentation as a politician.
Yeah.
He got to come down home, man.
Oh,
He got to learn to talk to the people. That's just how I
well,
see it.
yeah, I guess I meant to say I heard Brian Brown preach some. He sounded like almost like a preacher. Some the one song, but
Yeah, but I'd rather hear a preacher than hear Darren talk because I'm so to me he just in it. He just in it. He to me opportunists look all over. I never even seen this fella in a PLP shirt. I tried to watch the news as much as I could since they had
man,
started, but
the man is a senator for the PLP. He been there for 5 years on as in the Senate.
I never
Oh
seen a
well,
man in a PLP shirt.
oh
That's
man,
all I
come
say.
on.
That's all I say. That's all I say. I never seen a PLP shirt.
You
Anyway,
haven't seen the one in the PLP shirt since the last election.
what? What you mean? All I see, everybody got on PLP shirt. Everybody. But anyway, let's take a quick commercial break and we can be right back.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jason.
And I'm Cheryl. Join us here on Superior Talk Bahamas YouTube channel every Tuesday at 6 for Let's Talk.
Where we talk about issues that matter to you. We try to come up with workable, practical solutions so we have more action and less talk.
See you on Tuesday.
And I want to thank all the parliamentary colleagues who brought their teams out and worked in all these polling divisions to ensure we get the results that we had. The one thing we knew is that we had to get our voters to the poll. I want to thank you all for that. You all got them out. Now, them other fellas saying get their voters out, that's their business. But we need to get ours out. And we know who we polled and who said they can vote for us, they came out. And I want to thank the voters of Golden Eyes who came and supported us. To opponents, I want to thank you for participating in the democracy. I want to thank you. We just understand. Right, this is the third round. Third loss. The third loss. Well, nothing beat a failure. Not a try. I suspect we may try again. But I just want to say that we want to thank him for participating. The autumn, listen to Papa. Daddy, listen to Papa. Daddy put a video on it. And then Daddy put a video on it. And lastly, that is to listen to Papa. Right? Because you know Daddy can do what we do.
See, when you talk to the people, you need this type of reaction as a politician. Darren Pickstock couldn't do that to save his life. And I won't gang back up on the fella like that. But when I saw it, I said, Darren Pickstock would never say nothing like that. He would use the word father. He wouldn't even use daddy. He just
Oh,
what is fella talking? Come
oh
on,
man, oh
man.
man,
Come
oh
on.
man.
Relax.
So
Shake a little bit. They iron a little bit too much starch in them shirts. You gotta relax, man. Let it flow. But I don't think he could let it flow. I just don't think he could let it flow. But this segment is about right now how the PLP won that seat. Now, I think the PLP, and that's why I still feel they should be a little wary. When you are the government and you take all your people, everybody come, drop what you're doing, let's go. We going Golden Isles. You can't go no place else but Golden Isles. We hitting Golden Isles Road, and we hitting that road hard. Everybody. And for the F of them to think they can win that, when you can't answer nobody question. Meaning that I knock on your door. Hey, this Brown here, F and M. So, yeah, that's Brown. What you gonna do for me, Brown? What you got for me? My wall need painting. The road in front of my thing I got plenty potholes. My fridge ain't working. What you gonna do? Oh, well, I can't do much, but if you give me the opportunity next time again, I can make sure you're straight. But when the PLP knock on your door, you got the minister of works there to fix your pothole. You got the minister of works there to fix your wall. You got the minister of this, you got the minister of that, who could answer all your questions and get your things fixed for this time being. Brown
mhm.
knocking on people's door talking foolishness, but maybe next time. No. How you gonna win like that, George? You can't win like that. But that's how BM people go. You didn't know why, and why I say I wanted Brown to win, because Brown being around a long time. Now I know what he's doing all this time, but he been around a long time. The man got stickability. I can respect stickability. Now, the Bahamian people can't respect it because they done say, well, hey buddy, I need things. And right now you can't get me these things. These people here and these yellow and blue, oh, they can give me some things. And that's what happened. But to me, it still ain't happened to the effect that, hold on, 50-something% of people ain't come out to vote. Boy, George, that's a big indictment on two of the parties, you know. I can't
Mhm.
even put COI them and that and the Karen girl. I can't put, because she gets 16 votes overall. I can't even put her in that. And COI do what COI supposed to do, but we can talk about them later. But the FNM and PLP can't bring out half the people. Oh man, Donnie sound good. Donnie look good, George. So tell
Well,
me, why you think the PLP win?
uh, like you said, the PLP is the government of the day, and the funny thing with by elections is, why I always think, why would I vote for an opposition, the party that I know is going to be in opposition, right? Now if I'm voting in a general election and I'm thinking the government might change, I can vote for whoever I want to vote for, but to vote for someone to go in, like you said, who can't do anything for you, who does not have the air of the government, the prime minister, etc., I think is a problem. I also think that um, the PL, other than, and I think we're going to come to that, when I saw Papa take the mic and say two words, I haven't feel galvanized. The FNM doesn't seem to have any real polarizing characters. Not even trolls. Like even if you look at the trolls, these people who get paid to spread propaganda, PLP, the G Monies, the Cindy Patrice, and right, they're the loudest. They all over the place. They're making noise. Right, we used to have FNM used to have Omar one time. I don't know Omar, and right, so they don't have a lot of voice card carriers who out there on social media and stuff make. And so, and when the PLP turn up their music, like you said, boy they could party, boy they could dance, right? They just look more together. They look more uniform. They have them look like, you see some of them pictures with all them stand together, look like someone threw them together. This one, you ain't sure if that one like to talk to the, right? PLP just look like one big farm, like one big party. You see, we be Bahamians, and so I get what you say with Darren Pick's talking, but I don't think it applies to Darren as much because Darren is just he's not the leader. I think it's more important to have charismatic leaders. He's the last man in the boat, right? So there's so much of them. You could throw anyone inside there to fill. So he doesn't need to be polarizing or the right. But your leader, Bahamians, we don't take nothing that seriously. You know we don't take nothing seriously. We laugh at people's deaths and whatever, right? So you can't be too serious. You can't have your straight two stars like you say. You got to be able to crack some jokes. And I think that falls more on Pintad because um, if you look at recent interviews with Ingram, you look at recent interviews with Brave, and throw Pintad in the mix. Pintad is all serious, da 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 da, you know, blah blah blah, textbook talking like he in a play or whatever. And Ingram don't come out there, yeah, daddy was here, but Papa, right? Two words, everybody going crazy, right? Brave got them cracking up. You just see the thing. I'm just not talking about Papa and Daddy. I think I'm and Pindad them all serious and what the boy name? Lincoln just round everyone. Lincoln just want to fight everyone, right? We into that, and so they have a short period to reinvent themselves, especially in the leadership position. But Bayman's don't take themselves that seriously, and we gotta feel, I think it's easier for the leader to get a vote who has. Apparently, all our charismatic leaders had this, they don't put you to sleep other than minutes who fall through the cracks because we was bored, but but we had some and Brave just a happy-go-lucky guy, so it's hard to hate Brave. Like you see him everywhere you see him go, he dancing, he shuffling, he feeding people cake. Right, Brave, Brave them don't care, and so the F&M, I think, has to make that, because especially with young people, I find people go with that energy, right? Now, back to your boy Brown. If I think I heard them say Brown lost this for the third time. The problem with losing in politics is when you lose more than once, you become a loser. You deem as a loser. I don't think you should continue. Usually in politics, you either one and done or two and done, right? Like, but you're on the third time now, and you can't bring this person back to me. We've rejected you. The Bible says, "How long shall you mourn Saul?" Like, right. Um, you can't keep force feeding Brian Brown. He might be a lovely, likable guy, and he worked the. But at some point, Brian, we got to pull your chain. You got three cracks of this. Who's the next person up? We need a fresh face. We need fresh energy. Go in the back, carry them around to the door. Tell them, those people who vote for you, vote for this person, because now you're associated with losing. We don't see you get blow up now before how you come back vote for you in the general election? You
I,
don't
I,
even need to be there.
I don't like how you say that because what happened to Dwayne Sons? How many times he didn't get cut up and they ain't get rid of him yet?
No, Dwayne Sand lost last time. He won. He was a minister before, and he got fired. Well, he lost a seat with the rest of FNM's last term, but
He lost a
I don't know how much he got.
by-election. He lost a general election,
Yeah, but that's Dwayne.
and he
Okay,
lost
so
again. So he done lose three times.
so he might have
Why?
lost 3 times. The difference with Dwayne Sands and probably a
Dwayne
Brian
Sons
Brown,
got more money.
I don't. Exactly. Dwayne Johnson basically own Doctors Hospital. They got money. They come from a particular family. His sister was a Supreme Court judge, right? They come from that pedigree of F and M's and
But
stuff
they
like
are
that.
losers.
They might be losers, but for Brian who come in, God bless him, nice fella, but it's time to take the next person now. Maybe something about you, maybe your cologne, maybe what, right? But the people have rejected you. I don't care how close you come, you lost 3 times, or I think they said 3 times, but you can't bring him back. I hear him talk about keeping your office open. No, we need to close your office. We need to tell him now, Brian, somebody else, you clogging up the line. You had 3 cracks at this. The F&M is a party of other people. It just wasn't meant to be.
I don't think so. I think because the PLP had everybody on one accord, everybody
Mm,
doing it, that's why he lost. I feel the next election would come, the general
no,
election come. Hold on,
no,
hold on. The
no,
next
no.
general election would come where everybody got to go to their base and cover their own base. Now it's
Yeah.
mano y mano. We can do this right now because if Braves them, because let me just say this: if Braves them do Golden House, see where they do West Grand Bahama and Bimini, he got a chance because
Mm,
they ain't do nothing in West Grand Bahama and Bimini. They ain't do nothing. All they
who?
do is knock down things. Ain't nothing built back up yet. So now you got, let's say, and we can probably talk about this later. Let's say May, when Lent is right after Lent, May, April, May, we go into general election.
Yeah.
Because PLP now got to do some things. They realize, hold on, these people ain't on our run like this, boy. Our foundation, our supporters, our diehards carry us through this. Ain't no swing vote carry us through this. And we ain't attract nobody. All we
Mm,
got is our diehard. So all them Joneses on the street, you see with them PLP shirt, they lift them up and they drag them to the polls and they had them voting. That's how they win. Now the FNM ain't drag nobody. They tell, well, if you want to come, come. If you ain't want to come, and that's their downfall. We can talk with them a little later. But
yeah.
no way in God's green a general election. I might as well leave that man there for who I ain't gonna bring to spend some money unless they got some money. They have
Well,
flowers.
like I said,
Who got the money?
hey, you could go there Golden Eyes, but what I wasn't running Brian Brown no more. I'm sorry,
Why?
Brian. You worked hard. You had your chance. Papa will tell you, sit this one out, wait till the next
And
general
I and I
election.
and I, and we talked about this earlier. He should have said it out.
Yeah.
Relax.
So when you don't hear, you'll feel, right?
Yep.
You gone. You gone. You Golden
No.
Eyes
Leave him.
Golden Eyes just reject you 3 months before I gonna put you back there.
Yeah.
You say
Leave.
close. Close is 1 vote. I see people win election by 1 vote. That's close. It wasn't as close as you think when you realize these parties only. It's usually about 50-50. The margin always close between the F&M and the PLP, but that wasn't as close as you think, especially when you think about the COI taking a lot of votes. PLP only is going to vote PLP,
That's
right?
right.
So there got to be F&M votes that the COI
That ain't
got.
no
So
F&M votes. That's undecided votes. People who
as the
frustrated
F&M
with you,
votes,
there ain't no F&M votes. I ain't tired of hearing people talking about their F&M votes. F&M
boy,
votes sit down in their house and they ain't move. That's how F&M
okay.
them is rolled. They ain't moving. Why they ain't move? Maybe they're looking for a little something. F&M's them. Oh, hold on. We can talk. Let me go take a break. We can talk with them next because they just get on my nerves. Let's take a break and we can come right back.
Yo, what's up, Bahamas? My name is Andrew Williams, aka Cat,
And I'm your boy Mix.
and we're representing Off the Bench, the number one talk sportcast in the Bahamas.
In the world, my boy.
My bad partner. So
Yeah.
we cover anything sports throughout the Bahamas. We cover our Bahamian athletes wherever they are, and they're making waves in sports. We cover them.
Hey, just tune in. That's every Wednesday here on Superior Talk at 6 o'clock p.m.
The number one talk show in the
In the world, Craig.
We make a pledge to earn your trust and earn your confidence so that in the general election, we'll provide you with good governance. Tomorrow, we step back on the road. We'll step into your homes. We'll meet you in this office just behind us. In the general election ahead, this government will not be able to concentrate its entire machinery and all of its backers' money across 39 constituencies. We will meet them. We'll meet them in every individual constituency, from Inagua to Bimini. And so, again, once again, thank all of you for the sacrifices that you've made. We want a country where every Bahamian not merely survives, but thrives. And so, FNMs, hold your head up.
FBI.
That was the Her Majesty's official opposition leader, Michael C. Pintard. Now, you hear what the man say? We ain't going nowhere, we ain't running nowhere, we ain't going nowhere. Rough Riders, we in here. Now, I don't know what Pintard running on with talking foolishness, but but hey, if the money man and the FNM right now, he get called to my office first thing this morning. Let's sit down. What you doing? There's 2 by-elections you didn't lose. You advised not to bother with them. Somehow, somewhere, you're still going to bother with them. I know why, but you're going to bother with them. What you bother with them for? I don't know. You can't offer nobody nothing. You had one candidate say he ain't got no money, so he can't offer them nothing. And this candidate been around knocking out for I know how long, and he look like he ain't giving nobody nothing, or he ain't giving them enough. PLP come in there who can give them everything, and he ain't scared to give nobody nothing. See, my problem is why the FNM loses. FNM got to relax their pockets, and they got to relax this moral thing that this and that, and they got to come down to earth and start talking to the people. And when I tell you my fridge ain't working, that don't mean go put a bulb in it. That mean go to Dolly Madison, go to Kelly's, and go get me one fridge. PLP that means scared to go give you one fridge. PLP that means scared to say, okay, George, you been with us a little while, I can give you one position on board. PLP ain't gonna be scared to say, oh, George, oh, that's you, eh? Oh, that's you and your mommy. Oh, your son ain't working. Oh, man, tell him go buy national insurance. Tell him I send you. Tell him he's straight. They, FNMs, them ain't gonna do it. Well, let me say they ain't gonna do it. They ain't gonna do it for us. They ain't gonna do it for the common man who down on the street. They ain't gonna do it. They can do it for their highfalutin friend whose son just come out of college who couldn't graduate, and they put him in a assistant manager position. And he didn't know what he doing. Half of them he didn't know what they doing. But that's what they want to do. They want to help their highfalutin friends, and the people down there can't feel it. This just like Brave Them economy. Brave Them say this is the best economy we had since independence. And the poor people still can't feel the money. So who's feeling this money? I know what Brave's talking about. But that's another day and another time. The FNM lose because they have no charisma. They have no identity. They fighting and killing one another. And the people sit down and they look at it and they see it. And guess what? Your boy, Hubert Alexander Menace. He's half of the problem. He's half of the problem. I don't know why this man ain't got no shame. When I say I want, stop stalking me. I tell you I ain't go. You ain't gonna leave the party. You're telling everybody you leave. You're gonna go do your own thing. I done got my candidate for Kalani. What you talking about? You still running in Kalani? How you gonna run in Kalani and still be a member of the FNM? You gotta go. Leave. When Iram here, they leaving, they kicking him out. Iram going to another gal. He ain't hanging around there sitting up talking, but oh, you can wish you would back with me. You can wish. I done find my little thing. You want to see her? The little bottle. You want to see the little bottle gal? That's my little things now. Move, big man. I got this. You need to go elsewhere. You all about on TikToking, but you tick. He looks so bad doing it, man. Old man like you. George, I half as old as this fella, and I'd have been too ashamed to do them things. I'd have been too ashamed to do them things. That's what. Huh?
Menace reinvented himself, man.
George, you can't reinvent the wheel. And the wheel old, just like Menace. That finished with. Ain't nobody in their right mind will put Menace in a leadership position again. This man didn't do too much foolishness. You really think this man is capable now of leading a party to another election, to another general election and win? Who trusts in him? Every time I listen here, oh, my fellow Bahamians, people just get scared. Just get scared. People have flashbacks. What foolishness you gang gonna say now? You had time when you was leading. You should have tell us. Oh, when you go to the food store, you go to the food store in alphabetical order. Buy down. My name is Sweeten. The he put the R's, the S, the W's, and the T's together. The most popular names you could find: Roll, Russell, Williams, Sweeten, Thompson. All us pile up together. Half a
Come
grandma.
back.
Wait, all us gang one time. You know how much rolls it is in this place? The Smiths. You know how much
You have
Smiths in this
you
place?
have trauma, man. You can you're still beating minutes with all of this.
Well, George, that's what you do last time when you had the power. If I give you the power again, what you gonna do? You gonna take over like my friend do bad if they give me another chance. No, you're telling me, but Brown, but you ain't gonna tell me but Menace. Why should I give Menace to be the therapist behind Loretta than beat him? The PLP done beat him, and Pentad done beat him. That's three beatings he didn't get. Why should I give him? That's three strikes. Why should I give him another chance, George? To do what? To do what? Please tell me. Tell me why they have for them lose, George. Let me hear your part of this.
Why why they haven't lost this by election?
Yeah.
Because they didn't listen to Papa. They shouldn't have run. They shouldn't have run in it. The F&M won lost for a number of reasons, and the same reason why we predict that they're going to lose the general election. Right now, uh, I'm no clairvoyant, but it, like I said, they wasn't ready. They didn't seize upon their opportunities. You blaming minutes. They have a leadership problem. The F&M has a leadership problem. The PLP has not had a leadership problem really since Finland, because the PLP had a structure. You know, Christie was next. Christie or BJ tried getting there, but you know Christie was there, and then Brave was next, right? They have their thing, and you know, have a bunch of fighting for leadership, and they had their succession. Now I don't know. I'm not sure who after Brave. That's the only thing. But you had this succession that it was going like that, right? And everyone around the PLP galvanized. The F&M, on the other hand, we had a bunch of, I saying we, I sound,
Showing your true colors.
I gotta watch myself. No,
Yeah. Go on then. We
the
can add.
F&M had its leadership problems from time immemorial until Hubert Alexander Ingram came there. And to this date, I was seeing this week after this thing, just before this by-election, Hubert Ingram is still the face of the F&M, right? And, and whereas Penland left the scene, Christie came and Christie held down. Christie was the face. No one had no problem with Christie other than he was a little weak and whatever, right? Then Brave, but you had no challenge. Brave hasn't had any challenge to his leadership. He waited his turn. He got in there. He was ready for the office. He whatever, right? But what happened in the F&M after Menace? Hubert Ingram came in, and they tried to push Tommy T out. I think 1 year that didn't work. They had to bring Ingram back. Ingram lost. After he won, he lost again. And then he said, "Hey, boy, ain't much of y'all left. Menace, you go there, right? You name after me, you go, right?" So, and it's almost the same thing what happened this last time when Brave won. Only with Pintard and a couple others. He had much to pick for. So it wasn't no real Menace, I think, challenged him. And, by convention, you just lost big. So we ain't bringing you back. And, people run you. Right? So they Pintard really was tested highly. They had no serious contest, but he was kind of handpicked again, almost by default. These default leaders the party don't really call for you, and it's like you won your seat. Who else win their seat? A couple of y'all. Okay, we think you not that you was great, they won some strong F&M seats that, grandmama seats. So, F&M country. So that ain't no real come up for Pintar to say, boy, you were so popular that you won and everyone else lost, right? You won a quote unquote safe seat for the F&M. So the problem I find, and we can't blame Menace for this. The fact that Menace is a problem is still a problem for Pentad, because why is Menace a problem? Because, like you said, he was soundly rejected at the polls. You're still fighting the ghost of Menace. People still love Menace, and the fact is, Menace still could cause a disruption and still could say, I'm going to run in this seat and probably take most of, and will definitely split a lot of votes, because Menace is still, that's a problem for Pentad. I don't think, as the leader of the party, it was his job to cut whatever deal with Menace. We make you ambassador. What Rick Fox is at large or something, whatever. Give him something to do. Make him feel a little gracious. Call him. We already have Papa. Give him a nickname, right? But Pintard has not done a good job at mending these fences, and I think Renwood Wells, there's some other F&Ms out there who. So there's a big rift. There seems to be a rift in the F&M, as a result of that, and that's coming back, I think, to haunt them. It showed up a bit inside the by-election, and you mentioned another point: money. Show me the money. Where is the money in the F&M now? Hubert Ingram always had Branson and Ed Wallet close by them. I don't know that Michael Pentard, and I believe Minnesota had a lot of them, because Hubert say, hey, that's my man, show you money, right? But I don't think Michael Pentard really has control of what they call them, the White Knights. Who sponsor the F&M? I haven't seen Brand anywhere really up front in the. We know where the PLP money is. When we look on the stage and we see Sabas, and okay, we good. We got some good backers here. F&M need to show where they backers are. Who throwing me out? Who buying my fridge and thing? You can't come with a bunch of pop down people, and ain't nobody doing that. That's just not the history of our politics. And they need. I don't even know who their big money candidates. I haven't really seen one or two really big money candidates in there. So it's gonna be a tough fight. And I think those two by-elections are indicative of, unfortunately for them, that's going to play out, I think, a bit more in the general election, unless there's plenty slip between cup and lip, unless something drastic happen. And again, we're running out of runway. The chance for something drastic to happen is getting shorter. And the F&M still hasn't ratified all the candidates. You still have ministers there making noise. They're just like 2 steps behind. And the PLP look like whenever they say boom, go, they seem to be more of a better oil machine. Somebody been paying attention to this. They look happier, they look cocky as ever, they look confident as ever, right? And the fact confidence itself could win. And so Pindar does have a lot of job, big tasks to do. You can't change leadership at this point. So I don't know what they can do between now and then, but they have their work cut out for them.
I agree with you 100%. I know they can do, but they got to do it fast. They got 7 months. 7 months to get it together.
You can't really count the Christmas all well. We going into Christmas, people be partying. So,
well, George, you need to party them people. What you mean? You can't count the Christmas. That's when you need to start lotioning even big time. The lotioning got to start now. You just lose. You ain't got much time. You ain't got no options of, I can take Christmas off tonight. No, big man, get to work. Ham and turkey on Thursday. You need to start that Christmas time. Get out the wrapping paper and start buying some stuff. Start getting them t-shirts and put something in them t-shirts. And do something. Because what y'all got ain't working. So if y'all got to pay off the people to get 1 or 2 more, if y'all to pay off some people to get 1 or 2 more, y'all might have win that by-election. Yeah. So they ain't got no time off, George. No.
And it looked like what you say, the COI, they look like they beat the F&M harder than the PLP.
Hey, let's take a break. We can talk with them later.
You asked and I delivered. Island Ish is back. The podcast you guys have known to love, to like to call in, to like to interact with. We are officially back. For the ones that don't know me, this is your girl Yams. Hearing me on Mix 102.1 FM or your favorite TGF_Yams. With the two S's, we're back with Islanish right here on Superior Talk. So make sure you're following the page. We're going live this Thursday, 6 p.m. Don't miss it. Follow us. It's about to get lit.
Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Leader, fellow FNMs. Yeah, Daddy been here. Like Papa Reach. Just a moment. Just a word of advice to Daddy. Brave, my friend. I want you to know that Fox and Sabas is called Perry Christie, Daddy.
See, George, that's what they need.
Yep.
They need a shot of adrenaline from somebody who could get the people riled up, the people excited, the people pumped up. And nobody in the F&M right now could do that. You're going to bring Papa back. And y'all got to sit down. Y'all got to be careful with bringing Ingram back because Ingram ain't easy. Let's get this straight. Ingram is a fellow when he talk to you, he can talk what he say. I don't want you to take that conversation private. That's for me to talk about later. He tell the man, say, hey, Brown, don't mess with that man. Don't. This ain't a good look. Don't worry. Don't worry about the little dance. We got the prom coming up. You worry about the little dance what they can have in the class. No. We got the prom coming up. And I want you to put on your best suit and you can be ready for that day. Because guess what? At the prom, everybody got to find their own date. So they can be busy scrambling around trying to get their own date. At the dance, everybody can stand right there in one thing in one the little classroom, ain't no big to do. But when you got that at the Camelot room or you got that at Atlantis, the room too big. I gotta go this way. It's too much room to cover at the prom. So wait it out. When you could get him man on man, and I think he could beat him man to man, is that. Papa try to talk to him, he ain't gonna bother with it. You talk to Pentad, don't bother with Restaurant Bahama and Bimini. That was everyday things. Leave that alone. Let them win it. Now, George telling me you can't run Brown no more because he didn't get too much credit. What they can do in Restaurant and Bimini? They can run the same fella again? Who ain't got no money?
Nope.
So what they can do now after the Papa effect, that's what I can call this, the Papa effect. When the man tell y'all to do something and y'all don't want to listen, what y'all think can happen? Y'all can still bother with Ingram? Because I wasn't bothering. Either I can listen to Ingram or I ain't bothering with him. I don't want nothing to do with him or I can listen to everything he got to say. It's either or either. Because the man, that speech he made on that stage, that wasn't no good speech for the FNF. That was a good speech for the PLP. Hold on, we shouldn't have run. We shouldn't have do all these things. What you trying to say? You talk about Papa and now it's Daddy. Now guess what? My daddy wasn't in my life. Right? I ain't gonna know other man, Papa, and no daddy or nothing like that. I'm sorry. That's your business. Y'all want to call him that? That's your business. I ain't gonna know about that. But now they got Papa and Daddy, and they making fun of the FNM. What you think about the Ingram effect? Is it a good thing or is it a bad thing?
The Ingram effect is real. I mean, Look at the U.S. politics, for instance. Like this last election, you you can see the Obama's Obama's was still there. The Clintons came out. They did a lot of campaigning for Kamala. Ain't nobody really know Kamala. I mean, she giddy and giggly. So Obama them try to make up a lot of ground for her. Still couldn't save her, but they're the big guns, right? They were respected presidents. They did well in their terms. They on Mount Rushmore up there with, and that's Ingram. Ingram is the daddy. Ingram like Penland and and PLP. That's Ingram and the FNM. Right? Ingram is the one who got him over the FNM and office. Started winning. Got three terms. Minutes got one. So at one time, it looked like the FNM wasn't going to win anything. Ingram is the man who came, defeat Penland, and right take out the goat. And so you can't get rid. Ingram has to die, right? And you still be dealing with the ghost of Ingram because the man still got it as he should. You say Ingram coming to the rallies, people coming up, people want to hear from Ingram. He's the keynote speaker. He got to go after Pendad. People want to hear from Ingram from back in the day. People want to hear from Ingram more than that's the showstopper. And so use that. Now the thing with at Ingram age, you can't tell him what to say no more. You can't really say, hey, don't say certain things. But I think the man wants his respect. Pindar does, like you said, these young boys don't want to listen to nobody. And when you don't listen to these old people, you can see with what Papa said that Brave, my friend, them fellas is friends. Him and Christian, the law partners, they go back. So being around the table with them, that's the next thing. And Ingram was always he come from the PLP, so the FNM, all some of them probably still don't trust him. So, but I mean, it is what it is. You can not use him. Ingram bring a lot of votes behind him. A lot of people still vote for the party based on Ingram is there, especially if you having a Pintard. Same with minutes. When you having these neophytes, these new people coming in talking about one be leader, I think the public is more confident if they see you guys still got one real relationship with Ingram because they figure, hey, if you get stuck, Ingram know, what if you look like your head hard now, you ain't listening to nothing the man say anyway. And that's what he had to tell Minutes. Yeah, boy, Minutes stop taking my call. And you see how that end for Minutes. Papa got a lot of Ingram got a lot of power in there. So the Ingram effect is real. Until he die, he has to endorse you. He has to knight you. He has to support you. They have to give that deference to him in that party. And it's fool's gold to try to exclude him in any conversation because I do think he's the one, even in terms of getting money, right? They need Ingram to go out there and call his boys because a lot of people respect Hubert Ingram, and he's of that age now. He still seems to have his faculties about him.
Yeah.
But you, like I said, don't be like Menace. Don't stop taking the man call. Try use him. I don't think, unlike what Minnesota had to deal with, I'm pretty sure Ingram isn't trying to run again, right? So before time, the FNM was scared Ingram was going to come back out of retirement. But yeah, I don't think he's trying to do that. But he wants to be respected and he wants to be heard, and he wants to still call a couple of shots. And to be honest, you're gonna have to give him some of that because you're not that strong of a leader. If you was bigger and Ajak better together, you probably could have tell him, right? What Penda would do him what he did with Minutes, which is shut up, don't go, come, I don't want you around here. Security. But he can't do that with
They
you.
listening though, George.
Huh?
It ain't look like they listening.
They ain't listening, and that's why you don't listen. You can feel, and Ingram will be the first one. I can hear out the speech and go now. You'll be the first one to tell him y'all ain't listening. Yeah. So unfortunately, boy, I head look hard. Like you said, that speech what he's running on with, we ain't got nothing to hold our head down with. And he coming back it and fight, buddy. Do you believe the words coming out your mouth now? This ain't looking good.
if the COI, and I know y'all like to say this, if the COI was in there, then they would have get them votes, and that's the vote difference, and he could have win. No, them people who vote COI tired of PLP and tired of FNM. That's why they vote COI. And speaking of the
Mm.
COI, what you think their future looking like? And I want y'all to understand this. I was telling Tasma this today. When the F&M party, what, 50 something years old? 1970 something they come about? You know how much cut up they take between 1971 and 1992? That's 21 years of cut up.
Yeah,
Y'all,
but
y'all really think the COI, the DNA, the CDR, y'all think y'all can come in here in one election, two election, and win? No, you got to take your blows. You got to take your thing up on the way the F&M being running these times. If you patient and you get one or two more good pieces, because with these things, you only need one good fella behind you, because with DNA, they only had Brian, Brian
mm,
come in there and everyone to like Brian to make a move. Brian just had to realize he had to take beating for one or two more elections and he would have been straight. Because you see how they falling apart? They falling
well,
apart. The PLP
well,
even fall apart.
the the um the COI future is bleak because, and I say it's bleak because unlike even Brown, he realized I don't take my cut up twice. Let me give this leadership to someone else. I don't see any scenario or any hint that Lincoln plans to step aside from that party. And to be honest, Lincoln has done well to put it together and to get people out. But Lincoln, like Moses to me, he's not going to see the promised land.
He
And
need a Joshua.
he needed Joshua. And I don't think he will put that baton. I think ego and everything else will not let him pass the baton. Ingram, I mean, Lincoln. Lincoln got some Carfax history on him that it, I mean, the pedigree, his approach is not what Bahamians have come to expect in their leader. Now, everybody needs some pit bulls, some dogs on the team and whatnot. The Maria Dachshunds and the Lincolns, you are not going to put them in charge to go embarrass you in front of people when they go. And it's a good chance. Lincoln got a checkered history, and he got to understand that. Yeah, everyone deserves a second chance, but some things you don't outrun. The path he chose to get where he is can't get him to that next step. And I don't see him getting to that next step of leadership. You see it played out again inside of this by-election. Lincoln's so used to being an activist and getting arrested and fighting with the police. And only reason I think he carry on like that with the police is because he was a police and a lot of them is his boys. So they probably got some long life, but otherwise, so I don't think he can make that transition at this point. They're a little bit too far gone. I still remember controversial TV and all the foolishness. um, he got some history with some people with the China and all kind of different things, and at some point he's gonna have to say if he wants that party to go any further. I need to pull back, find out. I don't know they got one girl there, one I don't know, players some other people who you could sell, right? So that they can throw up your pass and your face and all these different things, and someone who could tune it down. A bet who don't look like, they won't fight every time, and they can be very diplomatic in certain situations. Until they do that, the I would say I don't think they're taken as a joke, but I think they're more theatrics. At the end of the day, the Bahamian voters are gonna go for more steady hands, more organization. They're not gonna be consumed by the gimmicks. Some of the things what Lincoln knows talk about with carbon credits and you know uh, sovereign fund and all these things. They'll simply say, hey, well, yeah, it sounds like a good idea, but we'll ask Pintard or whoever from there them about this. But I don't think we're ready to to throw endorse Lincoln Bean, to throw him inside there. And that's gonna be hard. He still has so much control over that party. And that's when you know whether a party is really a party. Because if you look at political parties around the world, in the UK in particular. You lose, you gone. They scratch you. Next, I'm not even pull you. If you look like you about to lose, you gone, right? Like because the party is so strong that you're not bigger than the program. Lincoln, look right now, he bigger than the program. This my baby. I put this together, and he have to prove me wrong. Maybe if he lose again, he'll say, yeah, I died. I don't have to. But he seems like he wants to be prime minister. And Buddy, that looks like a very unlikely feat at this point.
Lincoln can make a good chairman. Put him there as chairman. Let him beat up him out, whatever. And the leader will have to smooth out whatever he say, but he'll be like Fred. You know, he say anything with the PLP, Fred is come at you.
Yeah, throw the pit bull at him. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
he's a pit bull.
yeah. So make him your chairman, and
Yeah,
you'll go from there.
yeah,
Need one new, young, exciting person to get them there.
yep.
They ain't got it right now.
And they got a bunch of little rough people around. They
Yeah,
got several of them
yeah,
at the top level of that party,
yeah.
right?
Wait it out the next two more elections, and y'all be surprised. Especially if the half of them keep up on this foolishness they doing. You'll be surprised.
Yeah.
But let's take a quick commercial break, and we can be right back. Question of the day, Judge.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at this by-election, how you think this general election can turn out? I can let you go first on this. How you think this general election can turn out?
I'm a teach there.
39. Might be 40 at
39.
the end of it. I hear they want to stretch out, make West End and Bimini two different seats.
I think a good result for the F&M would probably be 10 of those. They can make some inroads. How much they got now? 5 or 6? Like, I see a PLP victory because they seem a bit more organized together. The nothing really crazy. Fortunately, no major hurricanes, no whatnot. I think again we look at leadership, and at the end of the day, right? It's always been Ingram, Penland against someone, or Ingram against the other leader, Christie, whoever. Right? We can look primarily at who the prime minister is going to be, who we want as prime minister of the country. And right now, I think Brave is there's a lot of things. I think the F&M could have attacked better in terms of as an opposition. We saw a lot of those attacks coming from whether it's the streets or other people on blogs or whatever. But I don't know if the F&M fully did their job as an opposition over the past 5 years. Maybe more pintad than some of the others, but there wasn't any real. There only about 2 or 3 voices you heard really doing any opposition, and so I think that's coming back to bite them. You throw in a bunch of people, like you say, do they want just want seats? Because we haven't heard any of these people over the last 5 years, and so they gave the PLP, I think, a smoother inroad in there. And Brave is a likable, still seems to be a very likable person. He goes and he associates more with the community. He's from Nassau. Well, he lives in Nassau, which is where the majority of votes are. I do think that's a real thing. And so I can see the PLP. They look like they have the money again. I need to see where the F&M money is. I'm sorry, and they need to pull out their wallet, people, and have them front and center. It's like the bank. You need who backing y'all. You need to see your credit score to see who behind y'all. Because right now general election, Sabas alone can finance all of his. So, and we know that money at the end of the day run this. People ain't getting out of bed to go vote if they don't have certain incentives to do so. You need money for the T-shirts, the bells and whistles. Because we like a show. We going where the bigger parties and stuff are right now, and so that's my take on it. I don't expect the COI to win any seats. Uh, they can make noise, they can be entertaining with their little rallies or whatnot. But but at the end of the day, it's the FNM and the PLP, and the FNM got to find a way to get more of their people out. Uh, PLP is generally they have a very loyal base, and a lot of them coming out. A lot of them coming out anyway. The FNMs can come and go if they don't feel like, hey, we have enough, or the country is in enough trouble. That's going to be a problem getting enough of them out.
I totally agree. First thing, like I said earlier, where the money? I mean, if I was in this with the money, I was pulling in Pintard in my office Monday. What it is Tuesday morning? What going on? You want more of my money? You got to show me something more than this. This ain't it. How
Yeah.
we supposed to go ahead and these things happening? You can't win, and worst of all, you can't draw no attention. You can't. The people ain't come out to vote, George.
Nope.
So the majority of times when the swing voters make the winners, this time we going strictly based on your foundation, your diehards. And if the diehards ain't coming out, because F&M couldn't bring out their diehards, and the PLP couldn't bring out their own either. Say what you want to say, they couldn't bring out their own either, but they could have bring out more than the F&M.
Yep.
So, and that's all you need. What the fella say when the dinosaur was running after them? Say, oh well, you can't outrun the dinosaur. Say he ain't trying to outrun the dinosaur, trying to
You
outrun
know what
you.
you.
And
That's all you got to do.
that's all the
That's what.
PLP do. They just try to outrun the F&M. That's all they was trying to do.
Yep. Yep.
And it ain't gonna work. If it right now for a new party, it is ready. It ripe right now because the people have lost faith in the FNM and the PLP. Yes, you heard it here first. If this is the luck that's gonna happen in the general election, the people they done ain't coming. Last election was a record breaking. Ain't nobody coming. Now the same trend happening now again.
I don't know if they lost. I don't know if they lost faith in the FNM and the PLP because that's what we have. I think they may have lost faith in a lot. They can lose faith in leadership. They can lose faith in some of the mem who they choose, but uh, I don't think they really will ever lose faith. It's gonna be the FNM and the PLP. It's been the Republicans and the Democrats. It's been the Labor and Conservative. These
George,
parties have to change.
it was the PLP and the UBP one time.
Yeah, but that was a black and white issue. Why we ain't got this?
Yeah, well, right now this can be a money issue. I broke and y'all got money. And that's what this can be about. The young people who coming up today. Johnny, Jordan, Haley, when they get up and look at these jokers, they ain't voting for y'all. Not y'all. Then on they run. It's impossible for the young people now to sit down and look at these jokers who Mummy and Grammy them was talking about. And when I say Grammy them, these the same fellas, other than Pentad, these the same fellas they're talking about.
Yeah.
How we still talking about these same fellas and they ain't getting no better? You are got all this experience. They like talk, but you can't hire these fellas because they ain't know how to run no government. Y'all ain't know how to run none either. Y'all done had 30, 40, 50 years of experience. And they ain't
Look at
getting no better.
look at I was very intrigued, and I know we're wrapping up by the Mandani, Zoran Mandani in this New York
In New
race
York, yeah.
in the U.S. Right? He come with his whole socialist. You can see he appeal to the young people. He right. Even Trump when he finally Trump was cussing him. Trump me to boy. I like this dude. Something
Yeah,
about
boy, you a hard
and
fella. I gotta respect you.
yeah, and it shows me again that people are looking for that politician who really to shake up things. Listen, we given so it's not that Lincoln them ain't saying the right thing, but like I said, sometimes it's who carrying the message. Who carrying the biggest thing problem with the COI has been Lincoln, and he don't understand that, right? And so if you're gonna get that third party in, you really need the right person at
If
the helm of
if
that.
Lincoln to look like Braun, this would have been a different story.
Yeah, yeah, and if we, take people money and all these other different little things with allegedly,
Yeah,
right?
but
Uh,
if you put Braun in the COI right now, but the young people looking for that new Joshua to come along, and like I
mhm.
say, right now the political thing is ripe for the picking for that whoever that young Joshua is to come and move Moses them and say, big man, time to go. It right. And
Yeah,
this next general election can prove if y'all can't bring them swing voters out, which is usually the people between 30, 18 and 30, 35, if you can't bring them out, trouble in the camp.
yeah.
Trouble in the camp. That's all I can say.
Hmm.
But we gotta wait and see. I say election can be what, May? But right after Lent. Lent should be in February, March, April. Yeah, April, May. Braves them got. Well, hold on. Let me say that because if Braves them ain't do nothing, because Grandmama's a mess. The same way they meet Grandmama, they leave Grandmama. Don't come here looking for nothing. Ain't nothing here to come get.
Yeah, but that's another dilemma. Who do you go to?
That's
No one show they could fix the problem. You got crazy them line back up to come back in, and we just get rid of y'all. Like so, y'all ain't do that. I mean, at least bring some new candidates, man. My God, like, Jesus, boy.
anyway. I ain't gonna dwell on that. I going let's I going go do my bongi today. I know we gave bongi today before I can give it again. Rick Fox then declare he's ready to go. He's a candidate. Who want me? Let's go. Let's go. I ready. I ready. Wait, Rick Fox. Who been talking? Well, Rick Fox ain't been talking to two of the parties, and he say he ain't making a decision yet, but he ready to go. He has declared candidacy, and he is ready to go. Now I don't think he only got with the effort. I mean, with the PLP because he won't win. So if he
Mm.
won't win, he got to go with the PLP. He ain't got enough star power to help the FNM. FNM need a leader now who can bring them from the ashes, and it ain't Rick Fox. We still looking at Rick Fox trying to figure if he's Canadian or Bahamian. So he better just lay low, have a nice little spot in Nassau, win that seat, and relax yourself. But why Rick Fox? Who called for you? Who asked for you? What you bringing to? What were they asked to get? What you bringing to the table? What you bringing to the table? Other than your curly hair, we bringing to the table? Huh?
Yeah, I don't know. I think you unkind to call the man the bungie. It's good to dream. I mean, he wants to be the career is over. He's looking for something else to do. And
When we was going against America and we needed some players, you didn't need nothing to do then. You couldn't come to the
you been
Bahamas then. You
you
go in
been petty.
Canada,
He wanted to win the gold medal.
and you
Don't
ain't
let's
let petty it up.
don't let's bring up all of that. But
No,
I
I dead sensitive about that. I petty about this. I don't like that. Don't put me down when you ready and pick me up when you ready. No, sir, don't go so. Now, why you ain't going to run for Canada thing? Huh? Huh?
he's a Bahamian. He chose the Bahamian. why why? So I haven't listened to Rick Fox, but again,
And that's for a reason.
yeah, I mean, we may should at least let him talk, right? Because my thing is, you didn't spend most. He claimed he spent a lot of time. Yeah, I didn't use the same. It's so tall, he hard to miss. Because I don't even the Lakers win and he come here to celebrate. I didn't. I mean, so, but what is he saying? Yeah, we all know the problems, but why are you saying that you could fix this? Why you don't have no experience as a politician. You don't have no experience of fixing anything, right? Like we know you was playing basketball, and I know we got I know we put one basketball player in the house yet, much less you. You're even in the best Bahamian player we had, right? So we
Oh,
getting petty now.
talk about I being petty.
You started. You started. So yeah, I who's he running for? Like you said, he literally looking for someone because ain't no
Yes.
one. The next thing, ain't nobody jumping to grab him either. Like you retired how much years ago? Like long time, right? So you're not even relevant. Most people probably don't even remember who, especially young voters, don't know who Rick Fox is. I remember him. I old enough, but I mean, it wasn't all but you. We was happy to see you on TMV. It ain't like even Buddy Hill and them. Like I always saw Rick Fox. We hear he was from the Bahamas. I didn't hear all this 242 to the world and all this stuff that these young players doing. VJ Garner there, he turn on my internet, lay low and pay money. Oh yeah, that's one of us. We the Bahamian dripping sweat off him. But
Oh
like
yeah.
you say, we you know they have to tell us the background of Rick Fox. Oh, yeah, yeah, his daddy's at Daddy's company out thing up, and yeah, yeah, you really a Bahamian. You look on the court, you ain't gonna tell us a
No,
Bahamian,
no,
right?
no, no,
So
not
I
him.
look at VJ, like
Oh
you
yeah,
say,
yeah. He looked like he
I
from 8 Mile Rock.
yeah, 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 yeah. So it's a different. I think I think he'd had a better shot, even if he's yeah. But I wouldn't really say he's a bungie for wanting to run. He's an opportunist. Like you call the other boy an opportunist. This the other boy was in the Senate and he do he marking his time. He there working the field. But Rick Fox come out of nowhere. I didn't even know he was in the Bahamas and tell this story come about him trying to run. So that was there's ambassador at large. What did you
Uh-huh.
do as ambassador at large? What
Right.
what what did you bring? How did show me how you advanced the sports program? Where the MB like even in your field, show me what you did, and we give you title to do some things with, right? They send him out there. I know what he do the last 5 years, but even if he had come with that resume, and you could say, boy, yeah, boy, a bunch of dudes get scholarship. Rich Fox bring all the Jordan them there. They put up. So yeah, on that, I think you underachieved, especially when he had the clout and had the ability to do those things. Now you retired and you can't ESPN full, you can't get on TV. Now you want to come? Oh boy, I want to be a politician in the Bahamas. It just seems like you're trying to get that to use that for something else because we're all this passion for the Bahamian people. We doing okay. We good. We don't need you. Come
And
cash your vote.
and that's why he got Bongi today. You said it right on. You give me all the reasoning right there. I ain't had to say no more. You said it right there. I ain't gotta say nothing else. All I can do now is end the show. I want to thank everybody for watching us. Um, Thank you for supporting Superior Talk. Remember to subscribe and like the show. We have other shows that we have on Monday. We have Sword Sharpeners. Tuesday, we have Let's Talk. And what's going on? Wednesday, we have Off the Bench, our sports cast that covers all the Bahamian athletes out there. Thursday, we have Islandish. Please support the shows. Thank you very much. George, you did it all. Wonderful show today. I want to thank y'all and we'll see y'all next week when we tell y'all what's going on.
What's